All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're heading straight back into the ancient texts of the Mahabharata, specifically the Samava Parva, to trace the definitive chronological origin story of Karna. For those of us who study this epic, you already know this is where divine power violently collides with intense human vulnerability. This isn't just your standard ancient mythology. It is a profound study in the inescapable nature of destiny and the incredibly heavy burden of dharma. A dangerous mantra, a divine birth, and an ultimate sacrifice. We aren't just looking at a run-of-the-mill birth story today. We're going to analyze how one seemingly innocent decision ripples across an entire lifetime, ultimately shaping the fate of empires and creating a tragedy of literally cosmic proportions. Section 1. The Sage's Divine Boon. Okay, to set the stage for all the magic that's about to happen, let's do a quick refresher on the Yadava family tree. Surya, a man known for his absolute truth, gives his firstborn daughter, Pritha, who we all know better as Kunti, to his childless cousin, Kuntibhoja. From that point on, living in Kuntibhoja's household, she is tasked with a really crucial duty, managing the hospitality of Brahmanas and guests. And it's exactly in this role that she crosses paths with the famously formidable sage, Durvasa. So, because Kunti absolutely nails her duties, Durvasa is deeply gratified. He actually foresees a tough season of distress coming her way in the future, so he gifts her a formula of invocation, a very dangerous mantra. He promises her, "Those celestials that thou shalt summon by this mantra shall certainly approach thee and give thee children." It's an awe-inspiring protective boon, right? But as we all know, immense power placed in curious hands can be incredibly volatile. Section 2, Summoning the Sun God. Well, Kunti is about to learn the hard way that you cannot simply test drive a divine mantra. Driven by pure, maidenly curiosity, she speaks the words to Arka, the sun, and instantly the effulgent deity appears right in front of her. Cue the panic. The faultless maiden is completely overwhelmed, bowing and apologizing, trying desperately to back out of the invocation. But Surya, he firmly insists his approach cannot be futile. It has to bear fruit. A transgression of this magnitude just isn't taken lightly, and their connection results in a child being immediately born. Because, as it turns out, the celestial realm doesn't really do practice runs. This resulting child is far from your ordinary baby. I mean, he is born already accoutred with natural armor, his face brightened by these glowing divine earrings. He's destined to be the first of all wielders of weapons, blessed with good fortune, and possessing the unmatched beauty of a celestial child. After this miraculous manifestation, Surya restores Kunti's maidenhood and ascends back to heaven, leaving a absolutely terrified young princess holding a glowing, armored infant. Section 3, A Secret River Abandonment. You really start to see exactly why a mother would make such a desperately agonizing choice here. Overwhelmed with sorrow and this intense, paralyzing fear of her relatives discovering her folly, Kunti is staring down the barrel of total social ruin. Her survival instinct overrides literally everything else, leading to a heartbreaking resolution. She decides she has to conceal the evidence. She takes her physically strong, radiant offspring and casts him directly into the river. And this sets up a stark, completely defining contrast for the rest of the epic. While Kunti goes back to her royal life carrying this massive, heavy divine secret, the abandoned child's fate takes a completely different path. He's miraculously rescued from the water by a humble Suta family. They bring him up as their own, and they name him Vasusena, which means born with wealth, because of that golden, natural armor and those earrings. So the Prince of the Sun is now a child of the charioteer caste, and that's a tension that will haunt his entire existence. Section 4. The Unyielding Worshipper. Fast forward a bit. As Vasusena grows up, his daily routine really starts to reveal his divine DNA. At dawn, he adores the sun with this incredible, boundless energy. By midday, he worships until his back is physically scorching from the rays. But his most defining trait emerges during these hours of worship. There is absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, he won't give unto the Brahmanas of Ast. His unfailing generosity becomes his absolute, unbreakable code. Which naturally begs the question, exactly how far would a warrior go to honor his vows of generosity? Keep that in the back of your mind, because his flawless reputation is about to attract the attention of the gods once again, and this time it is far from benevolent. Section 5. The Ultimate Sacrifice. Enter Indra, ever the plotting father, right? He decides to exploit Vasusena's one major vulnerability, his vow to refuse no Brahmana. To secure an advantage for his own son, Falguni, who we all know better as Arjuna, Indra slaps on a disguise and approaches Vasusena right in the middle of his sacred worship. It's a devastating, calculated divine trap.
This right here is arguably the heaviest moment in our text. The disguised Indra doesn't ask for gold, or actually, he doesn't ask for any material wealth at all. He goes straight for Vasusena's natural armor, his inherent invincibility. And without even a second of hesitation, Vasusena reverently peels off his own divine physical protection. He literally joins his hands in a gesture of deep respect and just gives it away. The Chief of Celestials accepts the gift, exceedingly gratified by this impossible, frankly agonizing level of liberality.
Now, Indra is so blown away by this unparalleled sacrifice that he can't just take the warrior's greatest defense and leave. He rewards Vasusena with a lethal dart, making a massive cosmic promise that one among the Celestials, the Asuras, men, the Gandharvas, the Nagas, and the Rakshasas, whom thou desirest to conquer, shall be certainly slain with this dart. It's the ultimate cosmic trade-off, you see. He loses his permanent invincibility, but he gains the power of guaranteed, singular destruction.
And that brings us to the ultimate reveal. Because he literally cut off his natural cover, Vasusena earns the legendary name Karna, which translates directly to the cutter or peeler of his own cover. His very identity, the name by which all of history and mythology will forever remember him, is forged in this singular, bloody act of agonizing self-sacrifice.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought as we wrap up today's explainer. If put to the absolute ultimate test, what are you willing to sacrifice to stay true to your defining values? Karna literally gave away his own flesh and divine protection just to keep his word to a disguised god. It's an awe-inspiring standard of honor that still echoes through the ages. Thank you so much for joining me to explore the origins of Karna. Until next time, keep analyzing and keep questioning.